Well, hey there, this is John Labman coming to you from Hollycong, Pennsylvania on February 7th, Friday afternoon, about 4:30. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. Today I just want to talk briefly about a cure for self-esteem problems. And it's a very simple one, and it works whether you're spiritually based or psychologically based or both. And it's a very simple thing that I learned struggling with my own self-esteem issues not too many years ago when I was seeing a therapist myself, maybe about 10 years ago, I think. So I was feeling unworthy. I had been rejected for a teaching post that I was supposed to get. My sponsors had all collapsed on me in the face of some political opposition, in spite of the fact that I hadn't done anything wrong and that I'd fulfilled all my obligations. I just quit a director's level job at a mental health institution so I'd have more time for the spiritual teaching work. And suddenly somebody threw the wrench in the works and I was devastated. Kind of fell apart for a little while. I'm like, what in the world just happened? My self-esteem took a plummet and I was seeing a therapist. And the therapist said, well, you've been on a spiritual path for 40 years. What do you think is the answer to the self-esteem issue? To the sense that you're not worth anything? He said, I want you to go home and I want you to figure it out. And next time you come back to me, I want you to tell me. And I went home, and within about 12 hours, I figured out something so obvious that it kind of bites us all in the face all the time. But we never quite put the pieces together. Self-esteem is really, the way we think about it and talk about it, is really a left brain function where we have certain words that we use to describe ourselves. And if, for instance, we've not been given a promotion that we were expecting and our sponsors collapse on us and we suddenly feel like we must be bad or wrong or wicked or horrible or worthless, why would they abandon us? Well, or why didn't we get what we wanted, so there must be something wrong with us? That's a kind of a self-esteem problem, right? And when I went home and I thought about it, I thought, oh, well, wait, okay, there's this whole right brain thing over here. And there's something that comes out of almost all human beings, unless they're psychopathic, honestly, and that is a quality called love, which is considered the highest spiritual and psychological quality of a human being. And even all the spiritual literature, love is exalted as the greatest of all the spiritual virtues. And of course, I've talked about this before. What we don't realize is that we are constantly loving, and we don't necessarily think about it, we just do it. When I had a dog, I used to come home, and every time I saw that dog, my heart would just like burst wide open. I just want to do nothing but run and give that dog lots of love. And the same with my spouse of 30 years, and the same with my aunt and uncle who are in their 90s, my cousins, right? Family members, friends, colleagues, even the people that I work with on a daily basis who come to my office for help. There's always care and love flowing out of this person over here, and really out of the right brain side of this brain. And it never occurred to me before I had this episode with this therapist that love makes us, first of all, lovable. If we love others, we can understand and receive love. It also means that all of this chatter about our self-value, our self-worth, that we're not good enough, that we're bad, that we're wrong, that we're this, that, or the other, whatever negative things our mind is telling us, all that is incorrect. If we were that bad, love couldn't come out of us. If we were wicked or evil or wrong or bad like that, totally depraved the way I was taught in the Calvinist movement, then where's the love coming from? So when you understand that you are, at the core of you, a person who loves, and that love is the greatest spiritual and psychological value among all human beings of all times, then there you have the antidote to any thoughts you have that you're not good enough, that you're just totally wrong, or you're totally bad, or you're totally wicked, or you're not qualified, or this, that, or the other. Whatever it is that your brain is chattering about, the antidote to that chatter is the experience of how much you love. One of the most profound things that I ever learned, and I've never forgotten it, and we sometimes have to bring that love as a reminder to this left brain that's chewing itself up about how unworthy it is. So I'll leave you with that little exercise for the weekend. Can you remember how much you've loved? Can you use that as the great antidote to your self-esteem problems? I wish you well with that. I think it's going to be very helpful. It certainly has been for me. Have a wonderful weekend. This is John Labman signing off from Eastern Pennsylvania. Take care.